Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we'll be going through the North Melbourne versus West Coast game, and I wish I could title this West Coast come from the brink, but it's probably just going to be me getting Jerry pick wrong for the 7th time this year. Again, I just went for the guy with the better matchups in Marshall, went for the guy with the better historical value, and Tristan Cherry just decided, you know what, last 3 quarters, just dunk on me. I thought everything after quarter time, I was like, oh, he's on track for like a 72. No, he just went absolutely off and proved me wrong. So anyway, let's just get this one out of the way, to be honest with you. Cherry, 18, 45, 53, 52. He ended up with 30 touches, 6 marks, 12 tackles, 33 hit outs, 4 free kicks, 4, 2 against. He just did everything you could possibly do, except score a low score, please. Just he teased us. He absolutely teased us he was on -3 at one point, and then he just got going in the second quarter. It was just annoying. I thought, you could tease us with like a 120 score. That's not the worst. But then he just kept on going and going and going, and it was just annoying. Like, can you stop, please? Tristan Cherry, stop, please. I just got that pick wrong. I went for Marshall with the Nankervis matchup, and Tristan Cherry has just burnt me this year. So I'll probably start him next year and he'll burn me again, because that's how things seem to work. He's just one that I couldn't get a read on this year, and I couldn't get a read on the Rucks the whole this year. But moving on, let's go to Sheasel. Sheasel 123. I think he ended up with a 122 in Supercoach, mostly because he lost a lot of his points to the West Coast goal at the end that flipped the result. If he hadn't, I think he would have ended up with like a 140, and I probably would have taken it. But 122, I'm going to go with Bont, because Bont averages more than that, and it's not a negative matchup for Bont. Hopefully Sheasel can kick on again. I don't know who he has for the rest of the year, but it's kind of deflating when you go against, when you have a pick sort of, and last couple of weeks, I haven't necessarily gotten the pick. My trades haven't been necessarily the worst. I just got probably the Tristan Cherry pick wrong, unless Marshall goes like 170 today. But I don't think he's going to go one. Well, this is recorded on the Sunday, be released on the Monday, so you guys will have known what the result of the of Marshall's scoring is by the time of this recording. By the time that this is released, sorry. But I'm just hoping he goes large, but watch him not. But anyway, McKercher has a really good role. I just don't know if he's consistent enough to the likes of Sheasel, and he just doesn't get the marks that Sheasel gets, and he also gives away quite a few free kicks, which Sheasel doesn't do, and that's sort of the difference between them. Obviously, he does have that 2 game, which sort of ruined his average, as he did play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games, 81 average. That's what... Let me get the calculator out for that. 13 times 81 is 1,053 minus 2 divided that by 12. He averages like 88 without it, but that's not Sheasel level. That's about 20 points off Sheasel. I just really like North Melbourne Year 1 rookies, just because they get that role and it's really kind to them. Power 105. He really got going in the second quarter. Ended up with a 105, and he looks to be that F6 guy. So everyone that we traded out because they were having a shocking run has now decided to turn up and just go nuts for North. That seems to be the way. I thought Will Phillips had a really good game as well. And he's starting to really get going. So much for him almost being cooked here. And he's really started to put together a run of form. I thought he was done at AFL level, but he's now got 16, 4, and 8. He really looks to be that sort of tagging, hard-nosed sort of tackler in the midfield for North Melbourne, and it seems like he's turning it around, which is fair play to him, to be honest. Scott Simpkin, LDU 72, and in the end, now I'm +2 on the LDU versus Sarong matchup after 3 weeks, and it was +2 after 1 week. He's flipped the script on their head. They both scored 195 points in the last 2 weeks, and Sarong scored 100 instead of LDU's 98 in round 20. So I'm +2 on that matchup overall from that first week that we selected that. So I'm pretty happy that it's flipped back in my favor. But I'm pretty sure LDU might have some positive run coming up, so it might flip back against me. Teakle dominated first quarter and then fell asleep, and that's sort of, I was like, Teakle's the one that we need, and then he did nothing since then, and Tristan Cherry just went off, so that kind of didn't help. For Archer, Bergman, Larkey, McDonald, Shields, Zerha, Pink, Comben, Core, and the annoying thing about Tristan Cherry is he's going to be so expensive. He's almost going to need a downgrade as well alongside it just to get him from English. It might be like I need like 200k to get him, which is really annoying because he just went off. Because English is like 900 and something k, and Tristan Cherry is probably going to be legitimately like 1.1 million or so. He's going to be the most expensive player in the game, and that is what it is. Hansen with the 34 then came off. He could easily have been injured from that rib that he inadvertent rib shot from a knee, but it is what it is. And then McGovern 98, Allen 90 kicked the goal that won it in the end. Kicked 2 goals in the last. Kicked 5 in general. He had a huge game, and this is Allen getting back into it. He's a massive character for them, and him and Waterman in their forward line in the future could be absolutely huge. Kelly True had a really good first half, then fell away. Kelly, I thought, was pretty big in the last quarter. Waterman in the end kicked 1 goal 4. He could have easily had a massive game for them as well. Those two kicked, 6 goals 6 combined for the two forwards. They could have easily kicked 8 goals 4 or 9 goals 3, and that would have been a different result for West Coast. Elliot Yeo had an alright game. Hoff, Cole, Williams, Cripps, Duggan. Duggan, I think, was on a tagging role of Sheasel. Didn't work. Hunt, Jimby, I thought was alright. I thought he had a really good first quarter, and then sort of died away. 14, 3 and 4. Even though he had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches. Half of his touches in the first quarter. He really just died away in the second half. Reeds, they have a lot of players that aren't really fancy relevant just because they score like 70. They're very much impactful players that score like 70s and 80s and impact the game. Reed, Yo, Jimmy to a certain extent can do that. They don't really have any fancy relevance, I don't think, anymore, do the likes of West Coast. And none of their really bottom-out players really have any influence at all. Gaff is retiring at the end of the year. He's got 1 more game. I think the last home game for West Coast is his last game. Clay Hall came on 28. The good thing about that is that he's not going to really... he's got 45 through 2, which is 23.5, but he's going to have a massive discount. And so hopefully he doesn't get that really up and about above that, as it would be annoying for fancy relevance if he did. As we do want a basement price next year, and 23.5, we kind of need 23.5. He'd have 4 games, so we'd have a 82 he'd have an 18% discount, 82% of his value, which would be 19.27, which would be at the normal price 174k, which is still well within basement price. It gives him about 2 points of leeway, I would say, 2.5 points of leeway, somewhere around that margin. At the moment, if he was priced at his 22.5, I believe he's actually priced at, which I thought it was 23.5, so maybe that makes it a little bit better. Yeah, he's got about 3.5 points of leeway, does the likes of Clay Hall, before he starts getting overpriced if he stays at 22.4 for the remainder of the year for his average if he plays through 4 games. But anyway, that is the video there, and if you did end up enjoying this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on for more content in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.